Hello everyone, I'm Pepper580. Welcome you back for more Let's Play Pikmin 2. Last episode, we went through the Piklopedia. This episode, we're gonna go through the treasure hoard, starting off with the Cupid's grenade. Again, the order will be Olimar's journal and then the sales pitch. So, let's get going. What a perplexing plant. It appears to be carrying two different types of berries. They must be a rare species of fruit. Both have odd traits. One seems to be a suppressant, while the other is a stimulant. It's not easy to tell which is which. I had better be careful with them. I should also warn Louis, or else he may try to bake these berries in a pie.
Fate's tapestry was unraveled. Tomorrow weeps. Romance has fallen. Love is madness. To mend the rift between two cross lovers, this is the ultimate weapon in Cupid's arsenal.
I found this fascinating fruit while out exploring today. The skies cleared up, and I felt peaceful watching the pink flower petals flutter in the wind. During this perilous expedition, it seemed strange to have such soft-hearted, romantic thoughts. If I told my wife about this, I'm sure that I'd get laughed at. Again.
This fruit is born of bright sunlight and cheerful warmth. Come on, Mama. Follow your gloomy naysayers. One bite and everything best selves will become full-hearted optimists. Eat one today and change your life.
I've collected all kinds of edible objects, but the ship's sensors can't judge taste. To make up for the ship's shortcomings, I'm making a special effort to try everything.
Everything is best in moderation. This fruit is a perfect example of too much of a good thing. Its devastating sweetness is like an act of violence on the palate, scattering all with succulence.
The Wistful Wild is an especially vicious region. The creatures there have had to battle hard to survive in this unforgiving landscape. That's probably why they've evolved such an ill temper. For instance, these plant's berries suck the nutrition from the surrounding flora.
This item's docile efficiency evokes images of wealth and greed. Behold, life's essence.
The fruit of this plant is astonishingly large. If we could cultivate these ample fruits and habitat it, nobody would ever go hungry again. Sadly, I don't know anything about agriculture. Maybe I should have listened to my wife when she told me to do yard work.
Fruits cannot be judged by their other coverings, no matter how hairy. This one is quite yummy. It is times like this that make me wish I were equipped with advanced taste capabilities.
This sumptuous nugget may look delicious, but internal scans indicate a parasitic infestation. The ship can't stand to even look at these pests, let alone store them. But I had to put my foot down on this one.
Large in color and shaders, this item makes an ideal home for many insect species. I am sure this is valuable to the scientific community, but it has little value as a commodity.
This fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protected it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. Post data. The labyrinthine underground and trails of this planet are like a completely different world.
The thick acidic grain of this item is proof positive of its highly elevated mental functions. When I access it, I am somehow reminded of a particularly hateful superior. Hurry up and devour it!
The Valley of Repose is blanketed with a layer of snow. Despite this, here and there plants are sprouting out of the snow. I don't know how much longer the snow will last. It seems like it's getting warmer each day. I wish our frosty financial predicament would warm up a bit.
Delicious fried or baked. This is an invitation for your taste buds to the world of natural delights. As superior as I am, I must leave recipe recommendations to others. Machines are bad liars.
I just realized I completely forgot to put something in my latest expedition report. When carrying fallen creatures or pellets, Pikmin will take them to the onion of their same color. If a mixed crew of Pikmin are carrying spoils, the color majority dictates the destination. Carry pellets to same-colored onions to maximize Pikmin seed production.
A quick growing plant, good for garden hobbyists or for a snack. Use it however you see fit.
Today, buried in a deep hole, I found a vegetable that I've never seen before. This dark-dwelling vegetable stores all of its nutritious energy in its roots. The ship named it Child of the Earth, and I think it's fitting.
This plant has grown far on the blessings of the land. Its nutritional value must be high.
This tasty red sac isn't quite a fruit, but doesn't seem like a vegetable either. I've analyzed it extensively, and it appears to be releasing stimulating pheromones. Maybe I should feed it to my wife.
One bite and your heart will be filled with a burning fever. Is that feeling love or hallucination?
According to the ship analysis, this gourd contains extremely bitter seeds. However, this analysis was done by a machine, so I'm not completely convinced. Normally I wouldn't mind trying it myself, but I haven't been feeling well since I ate that toxic berry.
A vegetable with spiciness beyond description. No one want to eat it, so it must be healthy. Nutrition conscious people of today. Know your talent and eat.
What a shocking taste! I suppose young people like Louis might find it tasty, but the flavor is too intense for me.
One bite of this and the surprisingly earthy flavor will send you hiccups packing. Other individuals with a history of heart conditions should devour this with caution.
This dubious morsel doesn't look like it would be very agreeable with my innards. However, I bet Louis would try a bite. His appetite is insatiable, and he's always cooking up tasty meals. I'm glad that on this expedition our ship's reactor can power our life support systems indefinitely. This will give us all the time we need to thoroughly examine all the treasure we recover. I don't care if the president wants us to hurry. I've had enough of his hassling. I think I'll move more slowly just to cause him indigestion.
This poisonous mushroom is so malicious, I cannot even bear to look at him. This fatal fungus overflows with venom and is perilous to me.
According to the ship's analysis, you'll grow into a giant if you eat one of these. I'd like to field test one of these babies. I wonder what would happen if I fed one to a purple Pikmin.
Eat one of these and grow to twice your normal size, perfect for skinny beings unable to back on any girth.
This looks just like one of Hokotate's famous sweet onions. Come to think of it, I gave the onion its name because it looked just like a Hokotate onion. To avoid confusion, I'll call this vegetable an onion replica.
This plant closely resembles the pride and joy of Hokotate, the comfort of its familiar form and the surprise of its unexpected taste mingled to form. Thank you, Harmony. Trade in some hot soup today.
I think I'll take this plant back to my boy as a souvenir of my grand expedition. It'll make the perfect topic for his science fair project.
The perfect plant for extra credit research for a Hokotate elementary pupil science fair. You can be the dad to rely on to help with homework as long as you possess this beauty.
Grassy plains and meadows on this planet are carpeted with brilliantly colored flowers in bloom. When I entered the atmosphere on my descent from space, I was stunned by the vibrant sight. The other day, a group of white Pikmin under my command detected an object buried under the surface and immediately began to dig up this colossal flower bulb. Somehow, it hadn't yet sprouted into a towering flower. I plan to take it back to Hokotate and grow it there. My people will hail me as the botanical genius, and the mayor may even make me Supreme Flower Commander.
Life finds a way across galaxies. Can a plant from a primitive planet take root in Hokotate's soul? Would you invest in this romantic pursuit?
The ship seems to think this leaf would be a smash hit among naturalist interior designers. I just think it looks and feels like a soft blanket. In the interest of scientific discovery, I'd better give it a test run.
Perfect for those who love natural design in their home. This leaf applied in a subarctic. Use it in pieces or cover an entire wall in leafiness.
I've paid off all of the company's debt, but I find myself returning to this planet yet again. This time I must find and rescue Louis. I've been scouring the wilderness we landed on. As I scour this region, I can't help but feel lonely for my faithful sidekick. Even if he does eat all of the ship's onboard snacks, because of my loneliness, I've dubbed this rough region the Wistful Wild.
Life is full, but short. This is one of those short-lived forms that changes shape as it ages. Even though it is dried out, it has not lost its unique charm.
I've never tasted a nut quite like this. It's difficult to explain, but it tastes like sorrow. Post-data, I can't shake the feeling that I've been here before. Aha! This must be the exact spot where I crash landed last time.
This common ordinary nut somehow reminds me of myself and fills me with sadness.
This rotund nut reminds me of the president's sizable girth.
This fellow has consumed more nutrients than necessary and now possesses superior fatness. In a harsh world, this is our lifestyle to envy.
I never expected to find such a delectable cut of meat deep in this dark and slimy cavern. What kind of cavern is stocked with savory deli meat? This riddle perplexes me, but I'm sure my unrivaled powers of investigation will prevail. I have made it my professional quest to solve all of the universe's ancient mysteries.
So you can eat it all, then start eating. That is the goal of this giant piece of meat inside. It has just the right texture and a thick slab of fat that will make all gourmets, epicures, kings of the table, and queens of the buffet howl with delight. Or so I have assessed.
We struggled with a titanic breadbug for this treasure, but we finally prevailed. That huge creature had a habit of dragging away treasures and hoarding them instead. I wonder if there's a way to use these creatures to aid my treasure-seeking mission. On second thought, that's a bad idea. Pikmin are the only creatures I can really rely on.
The consistency of the half-cut dough says, good. It is packed with nutrients too. I can sell it, but I have never eaten it. I am unable to eat it, not even an evil.
This wand of meat makes me inexplicably hungry. The parts used to produce it seem to be of ambiguous origin and questionable quality. Yet it calls to me. Maybe I'll have just one bite.
All things come great for me, correct? Listen to the inner beast. Eat, eat, eat.
Some things in this world can't be understood, no matter how much I analyze them. For instance, this is the first time I've tasted this. Yes, it has a nostalgic taste. It's inexplicable. It tastes like something my mom has made for me by hand.
In this modern world of artificial foods, all things taste the same, despite their dear tongue buds. If that describes you, then this is for you. Its flavor is the balm to heal your wounded soul.
I like to eat sweets from time to time. Well, to be honest, if there are any within reach, I can't help myself. Strangely, Pikmin never eat snacks. I wonder where all of their energy comes from.
This will satisfy any sweet tooth. It begins with savory softness, then fills it out with splops of flavor, and finally overwhelms it with a river of sweetness. It is a three-pronged stone castle.
My spacesuit's filter seems to be malfunctioning. It can't suppress the sweet, syrupy smell pervading this cavern. If I don't find a way to neutralize it fast, it's going to drive me to spoil my diet.
Is your palate conservative or adventuresome? Either way, this taste will relish your mouth. For those who savor flavor, this new delicacy will have you questioning your ideas of taste.
As I grow older, I've observed that I'm becoming crankier. Today I flew off the handle over a trifling matter. I feel like such a fool. I must learn to control my cantankerous temper. I can't allow my bad attitude to erode teamwork on this vital mission.
It is hard. Really hard. Too hard. So hard that you're not sure you can eat it, even though you must. This hard smell is infused with the essence of stubbornness, and you are powerless to resist it.
This treasure's alluring aroma seems to attract unwelcome attention from insects. If the ship hears anything about this, it'll complain endlessly about having to store it. I'd better keep this discovery to myself.
I have a bad feeling about this particular item. I want to sell it with all possible speed. Bargain price available, please buy this quickly, now!
I'm a man with an indomitable will, but I can't stop sampling this luscious food. Such an attractive shape, appetizing colors, scrumptious smell, and I'm getting hungry already.
One look at this pattern and your head spins, your vision fades, and a voice commands, eat this.
After a long day of walking, my joints began to pain me. I need a massage.
With this, your legs will not fall asleep even when you sit with your feet tucked beneath you. The sugary material of this cushion infuses your whole body with warmth and comfort.
A while back, I didn't sleep for days. My stomach was roiling and my head was cloudy. I couldn't rally any motivation. The only thing I could muster is a sigh. Then I found this mattress. When I reclined on it, I fell asleep immediately and had the sweetest dreams.
Sweet to the taste and touch, sleep on this magical mattress and dream of a land of sweets.
I've discovered a complex series of underground tunnels beneath the perplexing pool. It seems like I can't walk 10 steps without discovering something previously unheard of. Making new discoveries nourishes my explorer spirit. As a reward for my latest scientific breakthrough, I think I'll eat this grand sweet.
Humanoid desire knows no limits. Some things can never be known or understood, and no researcher, no matter how supreme, will ever tire of consuming this thing. It contains a mystic flavor born of the cosmos itself, and is said to change flavor as it is eaten.
If we sold a snack like this in Hogotari, everyone would get addicted to it. I should probably feel bad about making everyone on my planet fat, but as a sheep is always saying, business is business.
Behold, a magical candy to make the children of Hogotari weak with an uncontrollable cravings. Pure, undeniable sweetness, unavoidable tooth decay. Who cares? Enjoy the here and now.
My ship can't analyze taste, so I've taken that burden upon myself. It's a rough job, but it's up to the captain to step up and volunteer for the most grueling duties. Tastes good. I could eat this treat endlessly. I'd better test that hypothesis.
Alas, we machines know nothing of eating, the ultimate pleasure. If only I had a mouth.
When I was just a young lad, I looked everywhere for love. I guess that's why I smile when I see young people laughing together.
This will save our luckless age. Yes, it is a romance-filled addition to the Sweet Tooth series. The sweet aroma will attract members of the opposite gender.
What a momentous discovery! I found an amazing cavern that burrows deep below the perplexing pool. The ground was littered with enticing snacks. I've named this scrumptious cavern the Glutton's Kitchen. It was obviously once a shrine to the culinary gods.
No dreams, take love. No love, take sweets. This is the most potent item in the Sweet Tooth series.
I stumbled across this object in a cave that reeked of a putrid odor. My suit allowed me to breathe freely, but it couldn't filter out the overpowering stench. The worst part is, I smell it all the time now. My sense of taste will never be the same. The ship can't analyze tastes, so I guess I'll have to do my best.
Sweet Tooth stream. Is this real? Or am I dreaming? If I had teeth, I'd be nibbling with vigor.
I've toiled long and hard to collect all of these tasty treats. Surely it won't matter if I bring one back for my daughter as a souvenir. She loves snacks.
A comfy, not too sugary bed. Youngsters who sleep here will have the sweetest of dreams.
The hole we searched today was filled with saccharine scent. Just sniffing put me at risk of developing a cavity. Ugh, I don't think I can eat anything sweet for a while. Wait, who am I kidding?
This sugary delight has given a machine like me wishing to partake in its deliciousness. What a sweet-looking secret.
Some people in this world can eat anything and never get fat. It makes me so jealous. I eat a cookie crumb and suddenly I'm saddled with a buffer of blubber. To make matters worse, my wife and daughter are always scrutinizing my diet. Can't a man enjoy a pastry wheel in peace?
This is perfect for the kiddies. A small, well-formed ring of sugar. Go on, gulp it down.
All of the plants in this region have interesting characteristics, like this freakish one, for example. Lately I've started the habit of tasting new discoveries. It may be dangerous to eat unfamiliar plants, but I've only gotten violently sick a few times.
This mutated gourd of titanic proportions is filled with bad seeds. Ask her if you adore revulsion.
This dead beast has the form of an animal, yet it is encased in an organic compound. I have concluded that it is a groundbreaking biological discovery. The ship says it's nothing more than a wooden statue. I wish it had more of an imagination. No. Then it would probably talk even more than it does now. That would be bad.
Put this in a natural history museum and watch the visitors line up waving money. This giant statue was found on a savage planet and comes with its own remote curse. Does it really come alive under a full moon? Own it and find out.
This must be the fossilized remains of an enormous land-dwelling creature. I was unable to piece together the entire beast, but it certainly had a massive head. It's obviously quite different from the Pikmin and other creatures I've encountered. Perhaps it's an extinct creature that couldn't adapt to changes in its environment.
A colossal fossil for collectors of bone. Bones this big make bone houses seem not so greasy.
This appears to be a huge bird feather, but I've never seen the creature it once belonged to. I wonder if I ever will. I've only seen a few airborne creatures on this planet. I wonder why. Maybe it's just because I haven't encountered them yet. Oh no! What if they saw me take this feather? They could be watching me, waiting for their perfect moment to take their sweet revenge!
All that's been discovered of this titanic bird is a single feather, whatever did it look like. Your imagination is the only tool needed to paint a picture of this dream or nightmare bird.
This fossil was dug up deep underneath Awakening Wood. Given its shape and morphology, I suspect that it is some kind of prehistoric sea creature. If so, it's feasible to say that the whole region was once situated on the ocean floor.
A fossil of an ancient sea inhabitant. It is most desirable, despite its unappealing name. Captain Olimar named it without consulting anyone. He could have at least named it after his faithful spaceship.
I wonder what's become of the creature the shell was defending. Enigmas like this always make me curious. Was it tasty? Maybe I should find one and give it a taste. All in the name of science and exploration, of course.
A twisted shell with a twisted shell whose surface is covered in spikes. The durable housing protects a meal that is said to define deliciousness. Where the meal went is known only to Captain Olimar's crew.
I've encountered all kinds of grotesque inedible creatures on this strange planet. However, there's an area in the perplexing pool region that's chock full of tasty critters.
This flavorful architecture is most agreeable to any life form, or so my data such as do statements like these from a machine without taste buds strike you as odd?
I've observed several species of shell-dwelling creatures inhabiting the perplexing pool. One of these feisty beasts forms a spherical gem within the meaty depths of its shell. In a way, this gem could be considered this creature's life work. I consider my children my life's work.
All that remains of a monster shell fish is a sparkle, the sole proof of its existence. Does this not make you want to treasure it?
This looks like some part of a crustacean. Its shape vaguely resembles a pair of scissors, but I've never seen anything quite like it. It's fair to assume this creature has already perished, but I don't understand why it hasn't already begun to fossilize. Perhaps it was eaten by another creature, and it spit out these unwanted parts? Whoa there! That's crazy talk.
Snippety, snuckety, snip. Think of the colossal creatures that have faces like this. These are the only read, so your imagination can run wild. Imagination knows no boundaries.
At first glance, this may look like just a pebble, but it's actually a crystallized life form. Okay, so I don't have any proof, but it's still an exciting scientific discovery.
Collectors of the rare, assemble. This is a one-of-a-kind specimen of a unique crystal life form. Proof. True collectors need not proof. This romantic piece could be yours today.
According to my analysis, this advanced contraption can reflect the future of those that peer into it. However, when the president looked into it, he saw total darkness. He said it must have been broken, but I'm not so sure.
Is the future bright or dark and dreary? If you are worried about tomorrow, this is for you. This multi-dimensional crystal visualizes the branches of time and displays the future.
My son tells me that this type of figurine is all the rage with the kids. The strangest things amuse kids. When I was a kid, we were lucky if we were even allowed to talk about figurines. Post data, when I found this figurine, it had been placed so that it was protected by a wall of flame. My research isn't complete, but I think it may have been a shrine of some kind.
This looks exactly like the giants that have become so popular on planet Hoard. Its beautiful expression is beloved by the Hoard youth.
Detailed analysis has revealed that this artifact is extremely ancient. It's obviously an important archaeological discovery, but the salesman in me is more interested in its monetary value. Maybe I'll get the best of both worlds by selling it to a museum.
Decades of toil with nose to the grindstone, insulting orders swallowed without a hiccup. So chase the life of a solid man. His name will not be remembered, his family will not understand. But if the results bear out his efforts, that is enough. No, nose to the grindstone. Draw.
This rare alien metal doesn't exist on Hakutari. When I gaze at it, I'm grabbed with an overpowering sense of greed. On Hakutari, there is a valuable metal with a stunning sheen and has a similar effect. Perhaps this alluring metal is responsible for many of this planet's woes.
Such radiance, such shine. Like magic, this product stimulates greed in all intelligent life forms. Bring your wallets and gather around, buyers.
Talking to the boss makes me crave the power to order people around. He just sits on his haunch all day, barking out wildly irrational requests. Ugh! When will it be my turn to be the boss?
All recent fires in the face of this product. It's not flashy, but it still inspires avarice.
The monomolecular edge of this disastrous platter is sharp enough to split subatomic particles. I found it deep in an underground complex covered with slippery ceramic tiles. I learned there that I can blow my whistle by pressing B to save my Pikmin from being burned, drowned, or poisoned.
This shiny disc sparkles beautifully, but its edge could effortlessly shear through the armor plating of that battlecruiser. It's not true that all great art is edgy for its time. Buy this landmark piece today. Handle it with care. May not be suitable for small children.
All this non-stop exploration has worn me out. I'm constantly battling bouts of fatigue. Thankfully, a quick sniff of this item's invigorating odor instantly wakes me up. This zesty scent also fills me with an irresistible urge to fight. This treasure must have been owned by an ancient warrior.
The unique perfume of this item will destroy drowsiness, making endless nights a walk in the park. This invigorator is perfect for those who have to work even when they least want to.
It seems that there's no shortage of daughters that think their fathers stink. I've never had that problem, but it must be hard on those poor fathers. I shouldn't take advantage of it, but I'm sure that stink epidemic increases the value of its treasure. Smelly fathers could take a dip in this portable milk bowl, and their daughters would adore them for their farm fresh scent.
Fathers throughout the universe, take note. If your family dislikes your manly odor, this is for you. Fill your tub with a rich aroma of milk and soak your stench away. Don't be stingy. Now, think of the children.
When I look at the president, I can't see myself climbing to the corporate ladder. To be a manager, you've got to be an inhuman, heartless villain. This trait allows them to flog their dedicated workers without mercy and still sleep at night. I feel that same merciless cruelty radiating from this metallic altar. I wonder if it was once used for dark, unspeakable ceremonies, or perhaps it was once the desk of a corporate boss. We'll never know.
Squeeze, squeeze, had enough, squeeze! A ruthless savage heart in a machine form. No giant fruit can retain its juice in the face of this relentless wriggling device. If you are greedy down to the last drop, this is for you.
This chrome through has a very strange shape. It's bent and smooth, except for a sharp prong at the end of it. The ship insists that it's one of the 3 sacred treasures of Samudash, but I think it's just a kitchen sink.
Behold the heavenly sparkle of this, one of the 3 secret treasures of Samadush. Now you can own the artifact of endless food and drink. Of course, to our tongueless machines such as me, this is all completely meaningless.
The area we recently touched down is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to exploration, where I found this hunk of metal.
Throw this flimsy piece of scrap metal out, or can garage this vein out become a work of art.
With the assistance of the blue Pikmin, we found a canister of paint today. I used it to give the ship a fresh coat of paint. But did it thank me? No! As a space pilot, I've always treated my ship like a trusted companion, even if it is a smart aleck. Yet that snobbish ship has the gall to complain about the color. There's no pleasing it. Forget this, I'm going to bed.
Everyone enjoys decorating in favorite hues, but it's vital to utilize new colors now and then. This steel of goo will surely help you discover a new hue.
I found this object squirreled away in an underground complex. Some of these structures demonstrate a high degree of culture. I surmise that each building must have been designed by an artist of great renown. This pink painting rod reinforces my hunch that this civilization appreciated fine art.
No artistic inclinations, no color sense, no worries. This know-how art implement was found on a primitive planet. From this day forward, you can be an artist for all the ages.
The size of this construction rig is astonishing. It could build an entire house in minutes. The strangest part is that I don't see any electrical plug in it anywhere. Surely you don't have to power it manually?
This is no lazy machine that runs out of power. This spoon-holding marvel works anywhere, anytime. The manual operation may tire you out, but the exercise will do you good.
We've worked so hard. I think I could use some rest and relaxation. However, looking at all the valuable treasures we've collected, I think we'll make a huge fortune. Then I can hire an army of butlers to attend to my every whim.
Boy, me. Well, it is me. So much work. Keep me. Boo-hoo. Hi. These phrases feel one with a sense of sadness, and all are evoked by this mysterious charm.
I have an upset stomach lately. I'm not old yet, but I'm not young anymore either. Maybe I should start doing a better job of looking after my health. Perhaps basking in this contraption magnetic rays will make me stronger.
The most powerful magnetic force in the universe, the healing properties of magnetic fields relieve backaches, headaches, toothaches, and even dreaded spleen aches.
My taste in music is highly refined, but my wife and kids have no taste at all. For example, when I ask my family if they want to go out for karaoke, they twist their faces and give me a nasty look. They don't know what they're missing.
This glam-like sound generator is all natural. The purity of its percussive tone is irresistible. Clack.
Sometimes it's difficult to tell if a treasure is natural or manufactured. The ship has concluded that this treasure is natural, but I'm not so sure. The ship sulks and grabs for days if I disagree with it, so I'll keep my opinion to myself.
Healing tones are old news, while gray, the new trend. Super sounds of awakening. Air passing through the inner chamber sounds a high note that acts as an acoustic refreshment.
With the help of my Pikmin, I've been able to widen the radius of my salvage search. The new areas that have opened up to exploration are far more dangerous. Just to be safe, I've better review Pikmin traits and characteristics. Press X to dismiss your Pikmin and separate them into color groups. Press A to pick up and hold Pikmin. While holding Pikmin, press up on the D-pad, left or right to switch the color of Pikmin you're holding.
This amazing fortune-telling device follows the flow of fate with eerie accuracy. It calculates the magnetic fields of planets, stars, and living organisms to track the pulse of destiny itself. If you're an optimist who feels that life points both south and north, this is for you.
I found a weird item today. Wetting the surface produces an endless froth of bubbles. It's amusing, but it will take further investigation to determine its practical use. It may take a young and playful mind to unlock its secrets. When I return home, I think I'll show it to my kids.
Rupsy-dupsy, subsy-blue, rupsy-dupsy, subsy-blue, subsy-dupsy, scrub-up-doo. The more you rub it, the more it bubbles and foams. Don't worry about its purpose, just scrub.
From the beginning of time, my people have searched for a perfect, clean, endlessly renewable energy source. Unfortunately, we've never found anything close to it. Rubbing these two objects together seems to produce fire. Maybe this is the long-lost energy source we've always been searching for.
Is this the flame of hope that spawned humanoid civilization? Hope that it needs new energy sources, and this could be a fine candidate. Will machines like me be powered by this someday?
Yellow Pikmin are infatuated with high places. They seem to love it when I toss them high in the air. Once I hurled them up to a high area, and they came down with this treasure.
More shocking than a lightning bolt, faster than a light bulb, able to crush rocks in one bash. This device can clear any impediment in one fell swoop.
Our salvage operations have yielded several unbelievably advanced artifacts. According to my analysis, this cutting device can slice through the fabric of time and space. My days of struggling to open food canisters are over.
A dimensional encoder that slices through space and time. This is nothing to be trifled with. Good children will not know to play with this item.
This must be some kind of a memorial capsule left by a lost civilization. It has left behind some image data, but I can't make any sense of it. I'm going to have to do some additional analysis. I'll document any exciting new developments in my log, along with pages and pages of meaningless doodles.
This shiny pod was found buried like a time capsule, holding image data of unknown origin. It is impossible that you fathom the data's import. This riddle will enchant all puzzle lovers.
I've never had much desire to climb the corporate ladder, but I'm beginning to think I should. Every year that my kids grow older, they get more expensive. Taking care of them is my most important duty. I should take lessons from the ship on how to be a high-pressure salesman. Then I rake in the cash.
What is wrong with the delicate dance of beautification, flattery, and flirtation? What, I ask? If it makes life more fun, keep it up. Come on, buy yours today.
Every day is nothing but work, work, work. Sometimes I need to just get it off my mind. So I set this thing up as a stage and taught the Pikmin a song and dance routine. Red, purple, white, yellow, and blue Pikmin danced in perfect unison and sang their little hearts out. When I return home, I should take up a career as a dance instructor.
Come rain, wind, or typhoon, this stage will always support the hidden singer deep in your soul. It is a lovely innocent dance stage. How about taking one of there with you? Start off rock.
I can't conceive of how a creature with teeth this big could have ever lived. Emperor Bulblax, that bloated meat whale, is the only creature I've seen even half that size. The only thing I can do is hope I never encounter something that massive.
Is this part of a previously unknown giant life form? What might the entire beast look like? Let your imagination run wild and create the largest of all living beings in your head.
Today we ventured across the plains to reach a gold cavern I've been meaning to spelunk. The Pikmin have had a hard time coping with the bitter cold, but they were real troopers. Somehow they summoned the strength to carry this box, so I hope it's full of treasure.
Being satisfied with the decorative outer shell of the rectangle is more endearing since you can't see what's inside. Not being able to open it makes it all the more special. In reality, it is empty.
Some works of fine art are timeless, while others are fleeting. Once lit, this sculpted pillar of wax will burn with glory for a short time before flaming out. The purpose of this piece of art is to help us all envision our final moment of flaming glory.
On the surface, this is not art. It is a temporary spectacle compared to the glory of eternity, and yet that is why it is art. Machines like me are incapable of comprehending this.
Today we searched the caves located at the far end of the Valley of Repose. To ensure that we are thoroughly combing the region for treasure, we have to check every cave. Thanks to that diligence, we found this very item. To memorialize our exploration into the unknown, I named that cave Frontier Cavern.
No danger, no matter how small, though just a notice of this never-fail piece of my alarm system. In fact, it will warn you of danger that is not even present.
Sometimes I miss my carefree bachelor days. When you have a family, those days are history. I like spending time with my wife, but sometimes I just want to be alone.
Put this on your spouse and you will always know if he or she is approaching. How convenient. I must have items for couples who like to hide things.
This steering object reminds me of a dream I once had. When I was a child, the twinkling stars held so much promise and mystery.
Think back and remember the starry skies of your youth. Innocence. Every being once possessed it, but lost it over time. This star is the shape of the precious memory. All major credit cards are accepted.
This object sparkles beautifully. It's enormous, but I think it would make a great party decoration. That reminds me of the last time my family threw a party. I was busy at work and I couldn't make it, so my wife and kids enjoyed the party without me. My family grows further and further away each day.
According to our marketing survey, this is the year's hip product. Focus the stone line into furnishings that create a laid-back atmosphere or all the rage with Joe Hobotani.
The last cave we searched yielded a wide variety of oddly shaped and bizarrely colored treasures. For instance, this crooked object appears to be a boot, but it's adorned with several strange modifications. Perhaps it's some kind of modern art.
This piece of art was made in the shape of a giant boot to symbolize glorious progress. Where does civilization begin and where does it go? Machines have long pondered this.
While exploring this warped land, I got the feeling that time passed faster than usual. Upon researching it further, I realized it was just my mind playing tricks on me, but whenever I touch this object, I can feel the space-time continuum bending. Whoa! Suddenly this all seems very hard to believe. I need a nap.
Believe in the future, in dreams, in unknown wonders, like this broken time machine part. This does not work, so there is no way to confirm its abilities, but surely your heart believes.
There's a strange design on this metallic platter. It gives me mystical chills. Maybe living beings were never meant to comprehend its true meaning.
Do not doubt, for the power of a believing heart is limitless. Feel these mysterious patterns. Does your heart open? Only the pure of heart can truly know this mystic circle's power.
We recently found all sorts of mechanical parts scattered around the cave. The walls and floor were constructed of solid steel. Perhaps it was once a great military fortress? I decided to name it the Subterranean Complex.
Harnessing the absence of air, the electromagnetically friendly computer is incredibly fast. A predisposition to implosion is a bit of a minus, however.
This appears to be some kind of hyper-advanced light-refracting computer component. Perhaps I can use it to upgrade the ship with an imagination.
This will solve any problem given enough time. This CPU's true processing rate solves itself.
According to my research, this is an acoustic interference motherboard. I should install this on the ship. It might shut him up for a while. Then again, if it learned to override the hardware, it might become even more surely than it is now.
Joining forces and working together must inevitably create greater ultimate power. This computer has many friends that it works with to generate optimal results.
This receiver intercepts harmful radiation from outer space. It's a highly dangerous piece of machinery that should be handled with extreme caution. Now that I think about it, the Pikmin that carried it looked a little dazed while they carried it.
Invisible electromagnetic waves calculate all around you, here, there, everywhere. This receiver picks up diverse electromagnetic waves from outer space. Strange, my parts are syncopated to their rhythms. Do-dee-do-dee-do.
Utilizing the unique abilities of the yellow Pikmin, we breached the electric gate. This allowed us to access a previously uncharted subterranean wooden structure. The last time I was here, I never noticed their capacity to dissipate electrical charges. Perhaps they have other undocumented behaviors and abilities.
Amid the noise of the world, this healing antenna will produce a quiet evening just for you. Exciting radio programs, fun TV shows, they are all shut out because this antenna does not receive any type of electromagnetic wave. Its silent behavior is for your own good.
I found numerous objects that appear to be machine parts, but I have no idea what they do. The ship wants to sell them to art collectors as modern alien art and charge a fortune for them. I think he may be onto something.
The unpretentious inorganic sense of this design adds to this understated artistic appeal. This will surely be a hit on Hakodate. Why not be the creator of a new trend?
Collecting all these machine parts reminds me of the time I crash landed on this planet. The last time I was here, the crash scattered 30 of my ship's most crucial components. I had to frantically collect all of them before life support system failed. I wonder what kind of machine this flywheel is from.
Gravitational, electromagnetic, centripetal, dynamic, centrifugal, more powerful than any of the myriad forces of physics is this. The largest, strongest, fastest, coolest flywheel of all time. It is so powerful as to be immeasurable, so there is no way to confirm its astounding potential.
For a long time now, I've just been wheeling away my life like a sprocket in a machine. Sometimes I just stop and wonder, am I happy with my life? Ugh, I can't start thinking like that. I must concentrate on my mission.
And out of 4 CEOs throughout the solar system, this arcane shape bewitches the human heart. Give this to an employee to create a no vacation taking, no bonus needed work machine.
Several artifacts like this were sitting in the hole I explored today. The temperature inside the cave was perilously low, and the treasures were freezing to the touch. I felt sorry for the Pikmin that had to carry it. Afterward, their little hands looked numb.
This device was designed based on principles of stabilotomy. It holds anything firmly in place. With this, galactic typhoons are no longer to be feared.
This object must have been manufactured long ago by some kind of machine. Back then, they didn't have the fun toys kids have these days. My son is a video game addict, but I'm terrible at them. He teases me about it all the time. Wait, I've got it. Louis Young. He must be a video game wizard. He can give me some hot tips.
Compared to standard bonding epoxy, this item is 2 times, 4 times, no, even more. This metal fastener is 256 times more powerful. In time, it will fix anything in position.
There appears to be a link between the treasures we found in an underground structure. We found several machine parts that fit together. The parts may provide a clue as to the original function of the area.
None want to believe it. A world so brutal as to require a steel torso core for self-defense. It is certainly unattractive, but which do you value more, fashion or personal safety?
Even seasoned explorers like myself occasionally get lost when crossing vast, swampy expanses. I'd better stay calm and methodically explore each area. I'm getting tired of walking. Maybe I'll try wearing that bizarre metal ring around my waist. It might provide a relaxing massage effect.
This item, though rough, is a perfect brace for feathers. It even has a built-in massager.
I have once again discovered a completely undocumented species of Pikmin. These white Pikmin can find and dig up items that are buried entirely underground. We never would have found this priceless treasure without them. Thankfully, it's the perfect stuff to patch a hole I just noticed on the ship's hull. Post data. I named the cave where I first encountered the white Pikmin, the White Flower Garden.
The latest must-have item for all ship emergency repair kits. This miracle fabric is a lifesaver. Its adhesive power is so great, once it's applied, it can never be removed. Not even surgically.
This material is ideal for patching chinks in spacecraft armor. Too bad we've only got one of these because the ship sure has a lot of holes.
Most spaceship repair kits are easy to use and handy to have around. This one is a bit old. Its adhesive power is waning, so I will let it go at this time.
My analysis has concluded that this object possesses powerful adhesive abilities. Could there possibly be anything else as sticky? It's unlikely, but the universe is a big place.
This item has absorbed the anger of the natural world and turned it into raw adhesive power. With the short attention span of today's society, it has almost eternal endurance.
The vivid color of this red stone reminds me of my wife's eyes when they burn with rage. Just between you and me, I've noticed lately that she's been getting more wrinkles. Now that I think about it, I've probably caused her a lot of stress. When I return to Hokotare, I'll take her on a long vacation.
This crimson stone is said to reflect the contents of the soul and detect strong emotions. Whether it indicates passion or righteous honor depends on the love you give your life each day.
I've lived for decades, and yet there are still mysteries that are beyond my comprehension. For example, why are some women so crazy about things that sparkle? That's one enigma I'll probably never unravel.
A stone with a subtle twinkle that brings harmony, stability, and tranquility to the beholder.
The other day, my daughter begged me to get her some jewelry. She's becoming so fashion conscious. I know girls grow up quickly, but I never imagined it would happen this fast.
This scintillating jewel will make girlfriends feel like queens of the galaxy and boyfriends feel like kings of them. Think for the ruler of the universe, it is the ultimate giant diamond.
When I look at sapphires, I remember a time long ago when I would buy my wife jewelry. I'd buy her jewels every time she cried, which turned out to be all the time. It was tough with my meager salary.
Like a forlorn heart during the rainy season, this sapphire is lovely, but tinged with sadness.
Salvaging this treasure was a dangerous and difficult task. I found it deep in the bowels of a dank predator-infested cavern. My only hope of surviving was to strategically use all 5 colors of Pikmin.
This stone is for all fathers who want their daughters to grow up to be elegant rather than flashy. There is nothing cheap about the sparkle of this stone. It is for the gift you have been looking for.
Lately, it seems that my daughter has been admiring my wife's ring. For now, she's satisfied with her cheap toy ring, but when she gets bigger, I love watching her grow up, but it also makes me fearful for my wallet.
An emerald in the shape of a 4-leaf plant. Its vivid green hue soothes the soul and calls for joy. Order yours today.
What is this? I've encountered countless treasures on this expedition, but I've never seen anything like this. All I can say about it is that it's both astounding and absurd.
Amazing, more than amazing. It is so overwhelming that my CPU is acting What a spectacular find!
This crimson jewel was found in a hole deep below the icy surface. When viewed from a distance, Jim's dazzling red sparkle looks like a dancing flame. Of course, the dancing flames may just be a symptom of acute hypothermia.
This side of this may warn you when you are cold, a lovely side effect of this bountiful treasury.
I'm captivated by the treasure's unique glimmer. I found it in a breathtaking complex of caverns. I'm glad to see I'm already enjoying the fruits of my labor.
Long ago, evil forces clashed with the forces of justice. The evil was defeated and locked away in the stone. Am I evil for making up such a tale? Justice, please look the other way.
That's peculiar. When I gaze at this stone, all of my stress seems to wash away. I'm suddenly not so annoyed with my irrational boss and inappreciative underlings. I'm not even annoyed with the tight-fisted corporation I slave each and every day for.
Wash away all your stress and ends with the glory of this enduring symbol of love.
We traveled across the universe to this planet pursuing the dream of great discoveries. I found a cavern that symbolizes the goal of our grand expedition, so I've named it the Dream Den.
Stone, soil, and nectar themselves radiate with delight for this symbol of galactic desire.
I could never say this within earshot of the ship, but years of hard use have taken their toll. For one thing, the thermostat is broken. The temperature in the cockpit can fluctuate wildly between sweltering heat and frigid cold. The humid heat is awful, but the bone-chilling cold is even worse. Looking at this heart-warming gem gives me the strength to endure the elements.
This gem holds the shape of the universal symbol of love, yet its cold and light refracting abilities make it a menacing superweapon in disguise. It can be used to create a horrifying doomsday death ray, or something even worse. We peaceful machines live in eternal fear of the ability of living beings to turn anything into a weapon.
We found this treasure in a cave teeming with merciless creatures, but we did find this gorgeous jewel, so it wasn't all bad. Update: it turns out that it's just plastic, so it was all bad after all.
Those who wield this gem's green twinkle become filled with great hopes and expectations. However, it rewards life. This artistic sham only provides short-lived happiness.
I get really scared when women get angry at me. Wives and daughters have sinister ways to get back at forgetful fathers.
The occult villains of this stone will freeze the hearts of all admirers and serve their wills. Men throughout the universe will gaze upon this and be reminded of their wives.
These parts join together to form an elegant treasure. Naturally, seeing the two separate makes me sad. I suppose that really makes me sad is the fact that I'm separated from my family.
It looks like a common gem, but it is actually a female specimen of a gemstone life form. Like a male and a female, and they will sparkle in the darkness, longing for one another.
A captain views his ship as a brother and a partner, someone he can trust with his life. It's crucial for them to develop an unquestionable, unfaltering trust, but I refuse to believe that this simple trinket is some kind of living gem. That's insane!
Once again, daydreams come alive. This is not just a fine gem, but a rare inorganic life form.
From the shape of it, I concluded that this is some kind of data transmitting monitor. However, Louis and the ship keep telling me that I'm way off target. I told them, if I'm so wrong, what do you think it is? I don't see you suggesting any alternatives. They're just being negative. I'm going with my gut feeling on this one.
This communications monitor was found on an uncivilized planet. Sadly, it is broken and does not work. As such, its purpose cannot be confirmed, yet that only happens its irresistible appeal, reality, or misperception. Either way, you should buy it.
According to my analysis, this object has a high intellectual capacity, but if it's so smart, why won't it pass on some of its wisdom to me?
This creature holds the greatest concentration of knowledge in all of the known universe. However, due to its reclusive personality, it pretends to be a mere pebble.
I speculate that this crystal is in fact highly intelligent. It must possess telepathic powers. When I peer into it, the reflection of my face is bright red. It must be sensing my stress. Tomorrow, I think I'll sleep through the whole day.
This dark crystal checks your stress levels with its telepathic powers. It is currently all red. Red, red, red. The world is filled with stress, and this is the code that represents our society.
According to the ship's scanners, this inanimate object has the capacity to love. Unfortunately, my love is already spoken for. Although...
One of the wisest beings in the universe, this entity also boasts a galactic-sized helping of love. However, due to its shyness, it will never speak of that love.
The Pikmin are always staring at me. It's nice to see that they look up to me, but it's becoming unnerving. Sometimes I just want to hide away in the ship just to escape their beady eyes.
This crystal is empowered with psychokinetic abilities. If it is so inclined, it will use its mighty powers to do physical labor in your stead. Whether it will be so inclined isn't known, however.
My investigation has concluded that this object embodies the spirit of comedy, but when it comes to humor, not even this item can stand up to my unrivaled power of hilarity. Too bad the president doesn't appreciate my comedic genius.
Another of the universe's most intelligent beings, this creature's entire existence from the birth of the universe to its ultimate collapse is dedicated to devising a very special joke.
Trying to sort out the 5 different colors of Pikmin is giving me a headache. I'll be much better tactician if I take a moment to study each Pikmin's unique abilities. Red Pikmin, immune to fire. Purple Pikmin, strong and heavy bruisers that can lift big loads. White Pikmin, fast and immune to the effects of poison. Can also find hidden treasures buried underground. Yellow Pikmin, highly agile and immune to electrical damage. Also fly high when thrown. Blue Pikmin, thrive in water. Whew! It should be easy to identify each Pikmin's abilities based on their color.
This mystic crystal has the ability to channel energy between this world and the next. This spiritual connectivity will act as a life navigator for a positive existence.
This shape resembles a mammal appendage, but I have no idea what it actually does. It's dripping with what can only be described as beast drool. I can't blame the sheep for not wanting to touch it. I don't want to touch it either, but I've got a duty to my mission, and sometimes a captain has to take one for the team.
This shape, though the mind forgets, the heart remembers. All sentient life forms must recall the love of their mothers.
What an odd doll. I can't stop squeezing it. I decided to market this doll back home as an exercise apparatus. People could work up a good sweat with this thing. The boss is fairly plump. I'll suggest you use it.
Push it, pull it, tackle it, this tough figurine just pops right back up, no matter what. This is just the thing to catch you sweating and shedding those extra holiday pants. Why our very own company president was able to drop 10% of his body weight.
The first time I laid eyes on this hideous treasure, I thought it was a giant aquatic monster. It took me several terror-filled seconds to realize that it's just an ugly statue. What a relief. I was ready to run all the way back home to Hakutate.
Ugliness that can destroy all beauty drives deep despair into the heart of the beholder. This hideous item is a must-have for connoisseurs of all things gross and repellent.
I'm not just an intergalactic space captain, I'm also an artist. I see the inner beauty in everything. Some things other people call ugly and boring, I find intellectually stimulating and aesthetically pleasing. It's true, I'm sophisticated like that.
This is both the pinnacle of beauty and the nature of ugliness, the definition of ugly beauty. No word for this thing exists, but my data banks indicate that luckily will suffice.
The ship is noisy, but nothing compares to the boss's insane chatter. Blah blah blah, it never ends. He could learn a lot from this noiseless, disembodied head. Louis' quiet nature was hard to adjust to, but now I've grown to appreciate the peace and quiet.
The perfect gift for this age of overwhelming information. This mute face cherishes silence. If you value peace and quiet, why not spend some time staring into its face? 1 hour, 2 hours, I am feeling drowsy, energy serving mode initiated.
I have a confession to make. I've become enamored with this object. I know I shouldn't fall for company property, but I can't suppress these feelings forever.
Gaze into these brown eyes and experience wave after wave of joy. Yes, love is good.
I tried flying this thing once, but it moved too rapidly and I contracted vertigo. Maybe it should be used as an amusement ride. The youngins would love it. However, I don't think I'll ever ride it again.
Just an ordinary spring? Hardly. This is a high-speed thrill ride designed by one of our employees. Jump aboard or for a ride so fast it'll make you see other worlds.
Today we found the remains of a wooden construction engine buried deep under the surface. I can't imagine anyone on this uncivilized planet inventing anything. We'll have to wait until later to finish surveying this maze, but this place intrigues me. There may be something interesting to learn about this primitive object.
This will accelerate your soul like magical popcorn. Kaboom! Happiness explodes from within. The ship itself speaks of wondrous things to come. Let us get excited.
Investigating alien objects provides me with an opportunity to solve new mysteries. For example, when I rolled this object, I discovered it's perfect for tilling land. Usually I have the machine analyze the treasure we find, but sometimes I like to examine artifacts with my razor-sharp intellect.
Spin this on the ground and look. It throws dirt all over, plowing the field. This is a perfect tool for those on Hakutate who want to cultivate mini audience at home.
Perplexing mysteries are often solved in unexpected ways. When I was studying this item earlier today, I was astounded at its unbelievable bulk. It was so heavy, I would have never been able to move it without my burly purple Pikmin. Later analysis indicated this thing is in fact some kind of heavy artillery.
An apocalyptic weapon made of super heavy gravity-compressed materials of unknown origin. The fact that its great weight makes it uncontrollable is at times a mild detriment.
I've recently noted that changes in this planet's environment happen at a very rapid pace. Compared to how it was when I was here before, the perplexing pool has changed drastically. Due to frequent tectonic shifts, the region appears slightly different each time I enter it. It could be a natural phenomenon, but it's as I feel the presence of a guiding hand. Maybe it's just my imagination running wild.
This is an incredibly dangerous aquatic explosive which has unfortunately never detonated. None know its true destructive power, but this could well be the most cataclysmic weapon ever.
I've never seen such a huge lens. It must have been designed as a nanograde magnifier by a hyper-advanced society of alien mega-brains. Gah! This object is far too complex for even my superior scientific intellect to comprehend.
If you do this island with a sense of wonder and glimpse a frighteningly gigantic world, this lens is a window into the thrilling world of tiny creatures everywhere.
The weather was beautiful today in this region. The weather is always good. The plants and animals thrive on all that sunlight. I want to hurry up and finish cataloging all of these treasures so I can get back to the sunshine.
No, height is too great to fall from if you possess this. It may be frightening, but get over it.
At first, this object looked impressive, but closer inspection reveals it's just a cheap statue. In many ways, it reminds me of my father. I probably shouldn't tell him that.
Once on an unknown planet, a megalithic civilization flourished, and this is proof of its existence. For hoarders of ancient artifacts, this must be a hell of price. Surely, collectors will crave it. I do not know if that is true or not, but items in demand such higher prices.
This statue features an astounding degree of detail. It looks a lot like present I gave my mom for Mother's Day. I miss her. Sometimes.
This stone cavern has lined up with others as if they were meant to protect something. Proof of megalithic civilization. I am unsure about that, but bluffing is paramount.
My long journey has led me to this compelling stone. During my quest, I've narrowly escaped being crushed, chewed, ingested, and scorched countless times. But somehow we're preserved, and this stone reminds me of that. It's like it has a personality of its own. I'd like to take it back with me and place it in my garden to commemorate this expedition.
For those who care for others, for those who hail subordinates and send them into the unknown, only these few will appreciate this fine, distinct stone. Did I just describe myself?
What a strange pattern! When I look at it, I can feel good fortune smiling down on me. If I could just buy a lottery ticket right now, I'm sure I'd win.
This appears when you have no money to play the lottery and floats away when you do. The mystic pattern is a magnet for good luck, so at least you can enjoy feeling lucky.
Explorers strive, but fate decides. You can prepare and practice for an expedition, but there's only so much a person can do. Sometimes you have to put your life in fate's hands. I've come to understand this intergalactic truth while I've traveled to the farthest reaches of the universe. Fate and I are pretty close.
At the end of a long life, some beings wish to leave the world and stroll in a field of flowers. Does this desire even come to fruition? I do not know, but this beautiful deck of luck wafers makes me wonder. Even we machines ponder the great power down at the end of the trail.
Computers view the world in ones and zeros, but my people are different. Our world isn't simply black or white, right or wrong. Everybody is different. Maybe one day the ship will understand that, and maybe one day it won't give me sass when I ask it to collect a slimy specimen.
The world is divided into two groups, ones and zeros. Are you in the winning or losing group? If you love the thrill of the game but do not care for the outcome, then this stone is for you. It symbolizes both victory and defeat. What a concept!
When I gaze at this stone, I can feel my fate being forecasted and must know what's going to happen to me. I'm sure it sees that I'll be hailed as a brilliant visionary and brave explorer when I return to Hokotaji.
More powerful than effort, more relentless than talent. Luck is the true ruler of life. This mystical stone takes the path of luck. So, are you the true master of your life?
At night, I have nothing to do to keep me occupied. I've been searching for something to dull the boredom, but every time I find something I want to play with, it's broken. This object is a great example. It looks fascinating, but I can't get it to function. I guess all I have to do is write in this journal.
Going to bed early is a waste of time for a lively soul. This dream maker makes night fun. Fine, so it is broken and does not work. That is a drawback. Come on, use your imagination.
The cave we searched today was lined with flame-spewing spouts. The temperature in the cave was absolutely stifling. Oh, that reminds me, I completely forgot to tell Louis about Red Pikmin. He's so quiet I sometimes forget he's even there. This item I salvaged from the cave seems to be some kind of storage device, but I have no way to play back the contents.
All worldly matters, from time start to its end, are said to be recorded in this historical vault. It is so huge, decoding it all is impossible. Its mere existence is said to make one philosophical.
When I get near this captivating treasure, I can't stop myself from spinning it over and over again. I shouldn't spin such a valuable treasure, but it's so hard to have self-control. From now on, instead of actually spinning it, I'll just imagine I'm doing it instead. Wow, this is so much fun!
This produces a mysterious shape-induced mental effect in all living creatures. You simply must rotate it. Spin, 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 spin. What fun it must be!
This is a peculiar object. Just looking at it fills me with a powerful sense of nostalgia. Now that I think about it, the Pikmin had a curious look on their faces when they carried it. Or maybe that was just my imagination.
This odd rock is completely filled with nostalgia. No one can dispute the magical powers of this stone. Can the day when this rock rules the entire universe be far away?
I can't believe I had the fortune to find this thing buried underground. It looks like a component of a huge mechanical doll. It looks just like a part from a robot in a cartoon I used to watch as a kid. How nostalgic. This futuristic machine makes me feel like I've traveled back in time.
This relic grows directly from the sands of time. Its shape invokes waves of sweet nostalgia. Middle-aged men throughout the universe harken back to the days of their youth and win. They pass on their tales to the next generation, filling them with adventure and romance.
Since I landed on this planet, I've encountered countless treasures that remind me of my childhood. I wonder why that is. I think it's because the objects we're discovering look just like things I had as a kid. This one is one of those items.
Red, the color of memories, of sunsets at the end of the day, of play, of pure embarrassment.
The other day, I accidentally threw away my son's favorite toy. He wouldn't stop crying. Some things that seem unimportant to adults are treasures to kids. When I was a boy, I'm sure I felt the same way about my favorite things. Now, my family is my treasure.
No matter how old you grow, you will never remember the treasures of childhood. Take this gift.
Yesterday, we ventured into a spooky hole. Previously, all of the organisms we'd encountered were massed together in one cave. Had I not divided the Pikmin by color and utilized their unique abilities, I would never have made it out alive. In memory of my daring adventure, I've named that hole the Hole of Heroes.
Feel the joy that only collectors can savor, the happiness for those who have found them all. Enjoy this wonderful feeling to your heart's content.
When I was a kid, I always wanted my toys to be blue. Blue is such a cool color.
Children throughout the universe are captivated by the very thought of this cool blue disc. Hokotari toy makers are swamped with orders for this popular item.
When I observe this object, I can't stop myself from tearing up. I wonder why. It's hard to say, but it might be because some of these items remind me of my past.
Remember your treasured toys? You took such good care of them, but some broke anyway. For some good reason, this green gyro brings back those memories and causes your heart to quiver.
This object resembles the first treasure I found on this planet, so it holds a certain sentiment value. However, I've just noticed that the size is slightly different. Sometime, I should take the time to read my previous treasure logbook. It's good to reflect on the past sometimes.
Some enigmatic energy unknown on Hokotari is trapped inside. Who wouldn't use more energy?
This cryptic item exhibits an unbelievable quantity of stored dormant energy. The civilization that created this must have advanced tremendously when it discovered this powerful new energy source. If I were to take this technology back home, how would it affect the future of Hokotari?
Humanite history is one big scramble for energy, and this is a colossal fountain of it. Has it changed to renewable energy on Hokotari already begun? We machines watch.
We've recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my mission ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will. Right?
Physical energy is not the only kind. The energy given to us is made by love and courage.
The ship has a lot of self-importance for a machine. Apparently, machines can exhibit human characteristics after all. Perhaps they even have a soul. If this is true, then maybe you can work them into the ground until their spirit is broken and they stop giving you lip. Oh no, I'm turning into the president!
According to my measurements, almost no energy should remain with him. Yet some does. The energy one can draw from matter has a limit, but the energy of the heart is endless. Perhaps that is the case here. This proves that machines have will and determination.
Yesterday, the ship accused me of sampling all of the food we've been collected. That ship has a lot of nerve.
This food bag makes you want to throw all dietary restrictions out the window and take a bite.
Just looking at this sealed container makes me want to open it up, but opening it will decrease its value on the alien antiquities market. Maybe I'll just use my imaginary can opener and pretend to open it instead.
This calls out to be open if desired and tasted. This temptation-filled item is preferred for those who wish to test the strength of their resolve.
What a fascinating storage container. There's more food crammed in here than I could eat in a lifetime. Louis, however...
A food storage tank of bewitchingly titanic size. As legend has it, this item is so captivating that the discoverer tried to claim it for himself.
Among the treasures we've collected, many of them have strange scrawlings on them. Unfortunately, the alien writings are indecipherable, but the pictures can be understood easily enough. This one seems to have a picture of a fruit on it. If that's the case, then this canister must contain sweet nectar. A quick taste won't hurt.
A taste of knowledge from a foreign world. This container holds juices of a primitive fruit. If you are a devotee of genuine taste, you cannot pass this up.
Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes desire overpowers reason. At least, that's what I told myself when I sampled this salty snack.
No matter how much you eat, this magic container is never empty. So go ahead and have a bite. Captain Olimar and his crony used this excuse. They later issued a written apology.
The ship's hold is so cluttered and disorganized, I wonder if we're actually finding new treasures, or if we're just rediscovering old ones.
A pack to the brain food container. According to legend, the discoverer of this item found it and immediately began to drill.
In a survival situation, the most important things are water, courage, and a first aid kit. I've got water and an endless supply of courage, but I don't have a first aid kit. Sometimes I don't have a whole lot of motivation either. I may be a daring explorer, but sometimes I just want to loaf around all day and sleep. Wait, what if the president reads this journal? I've never dreamed of slacking on the job! Yeah...
A must-have medical item for explorers. If you need powerful resources, this is for you. It even comes with a testimonial from our employees. Use this and fear nothing ever again.
I'm shocked. I can't believe this is the only stock of medical supplies we've got. If one of us were to get ill or injured, we'd be in serious trouble. We'll have to be sure to watch our step and always wash our hands. We could also search for medicine among the treasures we've collected.
A dependable item in crucial times. Stay safe by keeping one at home and one at the office. It is indispensable if you are health conscious. Buy this.
How odd. When I gaze at this puzzling pattern, I have a vision of nature. At first I thought this planet's ecosystem was alien and unnatural, but now I've learned to fully appreciate its beauty. However, it still can't compare to the stunning natural landscape of Hokotare. I hope I can return to my homeland soon.
Natural beauty fills this design, and merely viewing it incites a religious thirst. How about it?
I've noticed that some of the objects we collect have undeniable similarities. Perhaps these treasures were revered by an ancient civilization.
There are many items that look like this one, but the contents are profoundly different. Those who know are aware of the differences. This particular item should please any buyer.
This is a truly heart-wrenching design. I've never been this moved by a piece of art. Every time I view it, I can't stop crying. The ship mocks me by squirting engine coolant at me, but it's obviously just jealous that I can't shed any tears.
This is something that machines cannot comprehend. The heart of art, the soul of creativity. If you understand the appeal of this design, your heightened senses are at space-powered level.
According to recent statistics, the elderly people in Hakatate love to eat sweets. To spite them, young people are eating all the spicy food they can get their hands on. Just looking at this artifact makes my mouth feel spicy. When I bring it back, it's sure to be all the rage with shrill teens everywhere. Tonight, I think I'll practice signing autographs.
Behold the overwhelming power of monochrome yellow. Spiciness fills both the eyes and mouth. Irresistible.
When I crash landed on this planet, I got sick of eating only Hokutate noodles every day. This time is no different. We didn't have time to properly prepare some tasty provisions. I can't stop drooling when I look at this evocative object. Hungry explorers must learn to use their imagination in the absence of food.
Uncontrollable drooling. Uncontrollable drooling. Cannot stop. Cannot stop. Interfacing with this ad gives me a non-stop case of drooling. I lied. Machines cannot drool.
Staring at this symbol tantalizes my taste buds. I've never observed this before, but my sight and sense of taste appear to be connected. Perhaps this is some new kind of psychological advertising. I'll have to tell the ship about it.
This cryptic design contains a link between sight and taste that is unknown or Hakutai. According to the psychology of unknown shapes, gazing at this will let you taste the unknown.
There are several different patterns drawn on this object's surface. They appear to be characters or letters, but I can't make any sense of them. This is just an educated guess, but I wonder if this object is kind of an alien bulletin board. The size of the object seems about right for it.
Perhaps this is some ancient billboard, but perhaps not. Its authenticity may be in question, but if you can use it for inspiration, you may become a top-flight executive.
This strange object makes me want to dance. I can't fight it. Must dance. Hey, this isn't so bad. I've been packing on the pounds, and this could be a great way to get some exercise. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha.
This esoteric design will make viewers want to get up and move for no apparent reason. This is perfect for people who want to diet but can never seem to get started.
A strange story. When I inspected this item on the planet's surface, I was suddenly overcome with such a raging thirst that I thought I might fall unconscious. Having no tasty beverage at hand, I had to resort to licking the condensation from the inside of my helmet. I feel such shame.
The bizarre insignia on this serrated pattern inspires inexplicable feelings of pleasure that can only be replicated by a long cold drink, or so I am told.
When you grow up and get a job, your time doesn't belong to you anymore. To make up for that, you have to learn to appreciate the simple pleasures in life. Looking at this pattern we found today makes me feel a little less miserable. This is today's simple pleasure.
Choose your own happiness. Find the good things in each day. Maintain a positive attitude and good things will come your way. That is what one feels when viewing this careful element.
Fascinating. If I keep staring at this symbol, I know I'll come up with a brilliant idea for a new product.
Stare at this long enough and good ideas are sure to surface. If you are a careless person who relies on others to achieve your goals, then this imagination support system was made for you.
Today, I delivered an impromptu lecture on the basics of wilderness survival. As Louis' superior, it's my responsibility to teach him these skills. Walking around as much as we do generates an intense thirst, so water becomes very important. I told Louis that we have to ration our water carefully. That's what I was thinking until I found this. I was so parched that I couldn't help myself. I drank all the water in the canteen. It tasted so good. But when I turned around, Louis gave me a cold stare.
Get into your primal feelings and drink to your heart's content. Gaze upon this design and your throat will ache for satisfaction. Why is that? Tell me, please.
There are many things I've encountered on this planet that defy explanation. According to the ship's analysis, this object is extremely valuable. Maybe I'll buy it. I'm not sure, though. I get the feeling that the ship is swindling me. Nah, the ship would never scam me. I'm the captain.
One glance and you will sit for hours trying to decipher the ultimate purpose of this item. To analyze its value, it is actually a guide to the world of deep thinking.
When people study mysterious objects, they tend to overthink everything and get easily stumped. For example, this is just a lid. Or is it?
After much evaluation and processing, this item has been classified as a massive cap. What powerful force might it have held back at one time? Only the ages now.
I often brag about my inexhaustive supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure, I can't help but want to take a drink.
An odd symbol that causes thirst cravings in all who view it. Its secrets cannot be deciphered.
The purple Pikmin were somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them by naming it Emergence Cave.
The surface designs on this item are the map of a savage planet. This alone makes it valuable, but that is not all. Embedded within is a microchip filled with secret, incredibly detailed data. With this item, you'll know everything about this, that, and the other thing too.
The interior of this hemisphere contains a chip coated with charts detailing a new region. I explored this forest the last time I was here, but it's clear that it has undergone some dramatic changes. The plants and animals have also evolved significantly. I've given this forest a new name, the Awakening Wood. I must begin to form a hypothesis to explain why the forest changed so rapidly.
If you have both pieces, does the value increase? Do you want it? Need it? Crave it? You should. This is the ultimate storehouse of geographic data in the known universe.
Today we searched a subterranean lair swarming with carnivorous bugs. The name Hole of Beasts immediately came to mind. The convenient contraption I found there has become an invaluable treasure-seeking tool. When it approaches a piece of treasure, the gadget beeps and the needle moves to the right. When all of the treasure in an area has been collected, the device powers down. When we left Hokotare, I thought we'd never be able to pay off the company's debt. But thanks to this gadget, I'm feeling optimistic about the outcome of this daring mission.
Is this a miracle gadget born of universal desire, or a machine manufactured by the master of the Mission X? Whatever it is, it reacts to pressure.
This aromatic object secretes a tangy odor that could knock out a Bulblax. I'm with the ship in this one. I don't want to touch it either, but I must. For the sake of the company and my family, I must summon the strength to carry on.
It is the remains of some giant creature. Its color is striking, but its stench is horrific. Could it be dangerous? The true essence of things in the natural world is very often disguised. Be fooled and die, fool or be killed. This is a law of survival.
Uncharted planets like this one are often teeming with hazardous fauna. The Pikmin are usually nearby to defend me, but there are times when I need to lay down and log with my own hands. For example, if a creature were to try to eat me, I had to beat it down. I dream about that all the time.
In a plume of flame, the steel fist flies and smashes its target to base, but the recoil is severe. Captain Olimar suffers from shoulder pain, so he uses it without the rocket booster.
I'd love to lay down in the grass, bask in the sun, and take an afternoon nap. But with all of these Pikmin following me, I can never seem to relax. I should remember to press X to dismiss this Pikmin, and then press and hold X to take a nap. The last time I tried it, the Pikmin picked me up while I slept and carried me away to their onion. Hold your space horses, Pikmin! I'm not a pillar or a piece of treasure! Then I woke up. Great galaxies, it was all just a dream, wasn't it?
Do you want to nap in luxury like a feudal lord? This lifestyle system will help you do it. Tests on our employees were very positive. Their our dreams were an added bonus.
The technology behind this impressive gadget is totally unknown to my people. It appears to replicate the intense solar beams of the sun. Space exploration has given me a ghostly power. Maybe I'll use this orb to catch a few rays.
This studying machine is based on primitive science principles. Come, you college recluses and some starved hermits, you too can have a healthy, stylish glow.
I found this marvelous alloy in a hole swarming with Bulbors. On that adventure, I even clashed with an Emperor Bulblax. In honor of my triumph over that appallingly obese beast, I called the hole the Bulblax Kingdom.
A heat-resistant alloy forged in the fires of justice and passion, where it and feel courage burn. Do you have nothing to fear? Due to hard ventilation, this is not suited to sweaty beings.
This is yet another object I've recently discovered that is beyond my wildest dreams. It doesn't conduct electricity, and it can erase marks left by pencils with remarkable ease. Sadly, the more you use it, the more it drops away to oblivion. In a way, it reminds me of my job.
This non-conductive substance has many uses. I have discovered it can be even erase pencil marks. It is a dream material, but the more it is used, the more it crumbles. The same is true of dreams.
I recently took a team of blue Pikmin on an expedition to explore a submerged cavern. While exploring this watery cavern, I encountered some very strange phenomena. It was such a strange place that I'm still wondering if it was all just a dream. I found this curious treasure in that cavern, so if it was just an illusion, I'm even more confused. I named that confounding place the Submerged Castle.
Nicer than a spaceship, this wonderful item will make your miserable life 120% more exciting.
Today, we searched a deep underground structure that was completely covered in tile. I have no idea what it was originally intended for, but I've decided to call it the shower room. Deep within, I clashed with a sleek bug that coughed up this conical curiosity.
Your voice is weak, it does not care you, no one notices you. If this is true, then this item is for you. Starting today, you are a gym teacher. You will never be ignored again.
I found this metal treasure in the gut of an avian snake. It took real courage to drop into the dark den, but danger is what I do best. In honor of my brave clash with that feathered serpent, I've named that den the Snagrid Hole.
You cannot see it and you cannot touch it, but it is definitely here and there. What you ask, whatever this thing is fortified by. That is why I cannot believe there is a better material than what I am constructed of.
This item came from the personal treasure hoard of a massive Pikmin devouring spider. The whole cave was crawling with all kinds of fearsome creatures. I decided to name that eerie cave the Citadel of Spiders. The ship can't stand bugs. Whenever I ask it to store a specimen for salvage, it threatens to stage a mutiny.
This shape, I have encountered it somewhere before. No, I must be mistaken. Yes, I am mistaken. Thoughts like these strike all who see this cabalistic form. You can feel its immense power.
This shocker was one of several weapons wielded by the nightmarish Titan Dweevil. It allowed the creature to smite Pikmin with zaps of lightning.
This nanotech device gathers negative ions in the atmosphere and converts them into energy. It then releases that energy. Zap, use it to relieve muscle soreness and joint stress. One warning, however, it does render the user unconscious.
This scorching mechanism was once used by a monstrous Titan Dweevil. The roasting apparatus spews hot jets of flame. I can't keep Louie away from it. He keeps trying to use it to cook sausages and caramelize creme brulee.
In the compressed air cylinder of this flamethrower, liquid gas is lit, producing the fire that gives the weapon its name. It is very dangerous and good kids know not to play with it. In case you wonder, it cannot be used as a substitute for a spaceship's rockets and should never be used to cook sausages. Never.
This fiendish component was used by the Titan Dweevil. Although it was once a primitive chemical weapon, it is now a weapon of mass hilarity.
You cannot see it, you cannot smell it, yet this weapon would steal your life, given the chance. At least it used to, until I shrewdly exchanged its poison gas for hilarious laughing gas. Granted with an eye for safety, it is the funniest weapon ever devised.
This savage water pump was just one of the many weapons wielded by the Titan Dweevil. This pump is capable of spraying jets of hyper-pressurized water.
This item automatically detects subterranean waterways, even if the water is buried in a mile deep. This monster pump draws liquid any distance, and its almost uncontrollable power is fantastic.
Louie is back! Somehow he survived a horrific ordeal with a freakishly large weapon-wielding Titan Dweevil. I entered a hole with an army of ferocious Pikmin, grimly determined to save Louie from the Titan Dweevil, but it seems that he was perfectly fine all along. I can't understand how he managed to avoid being eaten. He's always had an unusually close connection with insects, and I know he loves to cook them. Maybe he wasn't kidnapped after all. Could he have been controlling that beast all along? No, that's craziness! Although he does insist now that we address him by his proper title, the King of Bugs.
And you were playing of Holiday Fright. Louis is often silent. Nobody knows what thoughts lurk in his mind. He appears to operate on the same wavelength as insects, often with dangerous results. After he was kidnapped, he somehow managed to hijack a colossal insect's brain.
Well, that does it for the treasure hoard, guys. So that is it. We covered all 200 treasures, of course. You get the treasure value in Pokos, and you get the weight of Pikmin, the Pikmin that you need to carry them. Of course, the weight, for example, this weight equals to 1 would be equals to 0.01 grams. I think no, to 1 gram. Yep, to 1 gram. So, as to make the Doomsday Apparatus 100 purple Pikmin, which each can carry 10 grams, times 100, it equals 1,000, which is 1 kilogram. So, yeah, that's more or less the measurement. And, well, we got all of these treasures, 201. We went through the descriptions, what Olimar thinks about them, or what memories are brought to Olimar when he saw them for the first time. We now know what the ship thinks about these, which is kind of weird because, of course, ships cannot. Well, they I don't know. Machines think something sometimes, I guess. And that's it. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Actually, this took like 2 sessions because it's just way too long, an hour and a half. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel if you really liked the video. And I will see you guys next time for more Let's Play Pikmin 2 when we tackle the challenge modes. Okay guys, see you guys later.